Hello, josemonkey. Where am I?
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm josemonkey, and I find people who ask to be found. My to-do list of videos to find is incredibly long, and it keeps getting longer every day. But I'm not complaining. I am super excited that so many of you have sent me videos to locate. And I know that many of you have been waiting a very long time for me to do your video. But please know that I'm doing as many as I can as often as I can. Today's video has been on my list for almost 2 years, but we're moving it to the found column today. The video is just 9 seconds long, and there are hardly any clues. Check it out.
Hello, josemonkey. Where am I? Find me. Where am I? Find me.
So what can we see? First, I should note that this person posted this as a video reply to a comment on another video. It's actually a reply to a totally unrelated conversation that was happening on Season 1, Episode 195 in Provo, Utah. Anyway, as a result, we've got this comment box on screen which blocks some of the view, which is not ideal. This person starts the video and they immediately turn the camera to the left where we can see a few things. We've got a sign here, but it's pretty much unreadable. And right next to that, we have what appears to be a white wooden chair. We can see a low yellow wall here that looks like it might be made of concrete or maybe cement. And we also have this yellow bus driving down the street. I'll come back to that. I noticed that the cars are driving on the left side of the road here, which is helpful. And I tried to get a look at the license plates on the cars, but I didn't see too many that were very clear. As I turn the camera to the right, we can see some mountains in the distance, some scrap metal and other debris on the ground here, and also this pair of utility poles. Next, the person appears on camera asking to be found, and when they do, we can see that they are sitting underneath what appears to be a corrugated metal roof, and it looks as if that roof is supported by these 2 poles, which are set in concrete blocks. Yo, put the dogs away, son. Yeah, this might be the first time that somebody's bare feet have ever appeared in a Find Me video. Okay, so this place looked vaguely Caribbean to me, and the fact that the cars are driving on the left kind of tracks since many of the island nations in the Caribbean that are former British colonies drive on the left side of the road. But that yellow bus that we see is actually the biggest clue. I knew if I could figure out what kind of bus that was, it would probably tell me where this is. And it didn't take me too long to figure out that this is very likely a Jamaica Urban Transit Company bus. The JUTC operates buses all over the island of Jamaica, but mostly in the Kingston area with services to a few other parts of the island. Based on that information, I was thinking I should be focusing on the Kingston and Portmore areas. So I pulled up Google Maps and used a 3D view to better orient myself to the geography of that area. And I concluded that if this person was in that area, they were most likely facing south or maybe southwest to get a view of the mountains like what we see in the video. And guys, at that point, I'd spent about 30 minutes on this, but I ran out of time and had to stop there. So I made a bunch of notes and I figured I would circle back to it. And then I sort of forgot about this one for a very long time. Fast forward to just the other day when I posted that video in the US Virgin Islands. When I did, I was thinking about the other places in that part of the world that I had found previously. And it was at that point that I remembered this video and realized I never closed a loop on this one. So I dug up the video and dusted off my notes to see if I could finish the job. Based on what we see in the video, I figured I was in for a pretty long search. I zoomed in on the area that I had identified previously and just started looking around. And I actually hadn't been looking for too long when I spotted this one place on the mountains that looked like it could be a possible match for what we see in the video. Encouraged by that, I started looking for roads in that area where there were bus stops. And when I found a few, I dropped down to the street view to take a look. And at one of the places I checked out, I saw this view. And that looked a lot like the mountains in the video, so I was thinking that maybe I was onto something. So I kept looking around, and after a few more minutes, I got this view. And I was sure that I was getting close. So guys, at that point, I just clicked around on Google Street View, taking a virtual drive through this area. And before too long, I realized that I was looking at what was quite possibly the sign and the chair from the video. And I almost fell out of my own chair. Because guys, that was it. You were here, in Portmore, Jamaica. I couldn't believe I had found it. In fact, at first I was pretty sure I didn't find it. I was thinking that once I tried to check all the other details that nothing was going to match. But sure enough, here's that low yellow wall that we saw to the left of where the person was. And the view of the mountains matched too. And check out these utility poles. Those are definitely the same ones from the video, which means that you were sitting right here under this lean-to. So altogether, this one took me a little bit less than an hour of active looking time, with like an 18-month hiatus in the middle. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And this time it was one of the spots that I found during the January 1st live stream that I did last year. That place was also in Portmore. That is only about 5 kilometers or 3 miles away from the spot in this video. Guys, go check out the map of all the places I found for you so far from the videos that you've sent me. And if anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, josemonkey," or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.